Do you want more ideal clients in your business? Wouldn't you love to wake up every day and see your calendar filled with the kinds of clients you love working with the best? You know, the ones they share your values, they show up on time, they're excited. Yes. Hi, I'm Cynthia Trevino. I'm the Client Clarity Mentor, and I published Amazon #1 bestseller, She Markets, A Guide for Women Entrepreneurs. And today we're talking about ideal clients. What is an ideal client? Why do you want to spend your time looking at and examining and identifying your ideal client? And once you've got your ideal client all described, how do you use it? I hear these questions all the time, so that's what we're going to talk about today. First, what is an ideal client? So your ideal client is the person that you share a worldview with. You share values with them. They're the kind of person that you know, like, and trust. They know, like, and trust you. They use your products and services the way you design them, right? And they're motivated. They want help from you to solve their problem or achieve their dream. So they're motivated. They're going to collaborate. They're going to pay on time. They're not going to haggle about your fees. What's not to love about an ideal client? Okay, so that's who your ideal client is. Now, let's talk about what that is in practice. So let's assume that, let's talk about Jill. Jill is a health coach based in Chicago. And Jill loves working with professional women. And Jill says her target market is professional women between the ages of 45 and 55 who are really busy. Well, that's a lot of women. That's a target market. It's very big. So, and when you're trying to talk to that many people with your messaging, your videos, your podcasts, your blogs, whatever you're doing to bring your ideal clients in, that's just a lot of people. So let's talk about how we narrow that down. So in our case, Jill has decided that she is going to narrow down and talk about her niche market. So she's going to define her niche market. So her niche market is women based in Chicago, since they're all the same, 45 to 55, professional women, busy, and this time she says, okay, they're overworked, they're overweight, and they're overwhelmed. Okay, now we're getting closer, right? Because we've gone from every woman who's 45 to 55 working down to those who are overworked, overwhelmed, and overweight. Now, I will submit to you that even in Chicago or any city in America or the planet, that's a lot of women, right, who are in that age group and overworked and overwhelmed and overweight. All right, so what Jill wants to do now is she's going to narrow it down to her ideal client, her perfect client. And I call this the diamond in the center because you start with the target market, then you get a little smaller to a niche market, but the gold is in the diamond in the center, your perfect ideal client. And what separates Jill's perfect ideal client from all the other 45 to 55-year-old women who are overworked, overwhelmed, and overweight is that they're motivated. Jill's ideal clients are motivated to make a change. They've tried every cleanse. They've tried every weight loss plan, every exercise regimen out there. Nothing is working. So Jill's ideal client is a woman who's motivated, she's excited, she's made a very important decision. Jill's ideal client has decided she needs an expert health coach to guide her because nothing else has worked. So, and that's the same for you. Your ideal client is someone who has all the characteristics of the big market, which is your demographics, you know, the age group, the gender, if you work with just men or women, and then their industry, or whether they're professionals or business owners. But and then you narrow it down to they have the problem that you solve. But your ideal client is going to be just like Jill's. It's going to be those that are motivated to make change. They're excited, they roll up their sleeves, they follow your recommendations, and those are the clients that are rewarding to work with, and it's a win-win. They get their problem solved, or if you help them achieve dreams, their dream comes true, and you get to work with a wonderful client who, by the way, refers others just like her to you. So that's who your ideal client is. And so you and Jill can share that. So how do you identify your ideal client? I have 3 tips for you. The first tip is to think about all of your successful clients. Now, think about their characteristics. What do they all share in common? In addition to having problems, the same problems, but there's something about the way they're motivated, the way they're trying to make a change, and so you look for those characteristics and you ask yourself, what do all my most successful clients in the past or currently, what do they share? What are their attributes? What is it about them that makes them so motivated, makes them so successful at using your products or services to solve their problems or get to a goal or get unstuck from where they're stuck and get to where they want to be? So that's how you go and identify your ideal client. Now, the next thing is, what do you do? How do you use your ideal client once you have the description? So what I tell my clients is, this is a resource for you. You can keep this in a journal. You can keep it in your computer. You add to it. It's always going to evolve. Every time you have a really great client, every time you have a customer who loves what you do, you think about and add characteristics to your story. It becomes a story. And you don't have to be a writer. It's just a document where you go and refresh yourself and refresh your memory about what they're about and what they're interested in. And you use your ideal client resource, which is your treasure trove of everything about these wonderful people that you want more of in your business. You use it when you're going to write a message. You review it and get clear about their mindset before you create products or services, before you give a talk. Whatever you're doing in your business, I promise you, it's going to be better once you've identified your ideal client, your perfect dream client, and then you use this as a resource to refresh your memory for everything you're doing in your business. It's going to help you put messages on your website, create content. It's going to, once you know who they are and what their habits are, you'll make better choices about how you spend your time, which networking groups you go to, which social media sites you spend time on. So, I hope you enjoyed these tips that we talked about today. So remember, your ideal client is that diamond in the middle of all the other people that you could possibly help. And so if you'd like more tips and ideas, please visit my website, shemarketsmentor.com, and join my list. I offer tons of lessons every week and tips and ways that you can bring in more ideal clients to your business. Hi, I'm Cynthia Trevino, the Client Clarity Mentor. Till next time.